Now that we understand our purpose, we clearly need to understand and identify the client, the prospect that we actually serve. What most people failed, especially in real estate, is because you're transactional, you don't realize that there's actually a customer on the other end of that. In some cases, when you are buying property, that seller is potentially your client. They could potentially sell you multiple properties. Certainly, when you are selling, if you're doing it correctly and you are working with the right clients, you have the opportunity to sell that client multiple times, over and over and over and over again. Whoever the case may be, you need to understand who your prospects are very, very clearly. I would invite you to sit down and map it out. Who is our perfect client? If I took the top 20 clients, the people that are transacting the most with us, if I took them and I tried to, describe the characteristics of them, who are they? So in my world, again, I'm gonna use REI Nation as an example. Our average client is most time over the age of 40, typically married, typically lives somewhere on the coast, California, New York, Florida. They are in very high priced markets for their own residents, but they are looking to invest in real estate that is much more affordable, number one, that can cash flow, number two, and represents a good return on investment and represents safety and security, like something that they know is brick and mortar and that they can sink their teeth into. They want to feel comfortable about it. Typically, that is a 2-income family. They've got some money sitting inside of a old 401k, or because they have moved jobs at least once or twice in their life. They typically have some money sitting around in some kind of nest egg. And the pain that we are solving for that very specific customer, they have this entrepreneurial side of them. They want to be a real estate investor. In many cases, they're not prepared to leave their job. In fact, they may have no desire to leave their job, but they want to get in the game and they know they need to get in the game. They just don't have the time to get in the game, and they don't want to go through all of the pain of trying to understand and educate themselves on all the ins and outs of acquiring a property, where they've gotten hot and bothered and really excited because they've seen something, they saw A&E's flip this house, or they've gotten excited about real estate, but they realize that it's a heck of a lot harder to do than what is being represented in that 22-minute episode on TV. So they want to get in there, they want to own these properties, they want to feel like they are starting to set them up and their children up for their financial future, but they don't know how to connect those dots, right? That's our customer. So what is the pain? Well, the pain that we are solving for them. And again, this is me understanding my prospect. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to sit down and you're going to identify who they are. Number two, you're going to walk through what is their pain that you're solving. What are you actually trying to solve for them? I want to make it easy for them to get into real estate. It's that simple. So what do I have to do? I got to go get the properties, right? I have to go do all the heavy lifting on finding the tenants, rehabbing the property, screening the tenants, placing the tenants, getting the leases signed, handling all the maintenance, lining up the mortgages, lining up the insurance company, making sure that we take care of getting a property appraised, the title. We have to provide all those services. We want to remove all the pain, because all of that pain right there is friction for them, right? It's all, although as a real estate investor or a real estate professional, it may seem normal to us, to my particular customer, that's not normal. They've probably bought 1 or 2 houses in their entire life. So we want to just remove all of that confusion. We want to make it as easy to do business with us as it is for you to do business with Amazon right now. Ask yourself, how hard is it as an Amazon customer? How hard is it for you to do business with them? Not hard at all. You walk in and you bark an order at your Alexa, and the next thing you know, a shipment shows up in 24 hours, right? They have removed all the friction. They've made it easy for you to be a customer for them. They've solved all the pain points. They put a device in your house, the one-click order on the website. I mean, they put it on your phone. They've done everything they can to make it as easy as humanly possible for you to do business with them. And the same needs to be true with you, with your prospect. You need to understand exactly what their pain is and chip away at it. How can I solve these problems? And you're probably doing most of this already. You just need to document it. This is what we actually do for our clients. This is the pain we solve for them. This is why we make it easy. Number 3 you're going to do is you're going to identify where those customers hang out online. More importantly, right? What are the TV shows they watch? Is that particular client on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on TikTok? Are they on LinkedIn? Where are they? What Facebook groups are they a part of? What news are they reading? You want to really build out, because these are all the opportunities for you to refine your message and really understand how to market to these people, how to create content for these people that will attract them into your business. So again, think about this. If I know who my client is, and I know the pain that I'm solving for them, the things that would prevent them from doing business with me, and I know where they hang out, effectively where they're at, social media, et cetera. Now, me putting a mechanism in place to acquire those customers, attract those customers, is really straightforward. I know exactly what content I need to go produce and go put on YouTube, go put on LinkedIn, go put on Facebook, go put on Instagram, wherever you've decided that they're hanging out right now. That's where you have an obligation to go and make sure your message is being heard loud and clear. All your content should be centered around that. If your client is a 65-year-old retiree, in all likelihood, they are going to be very responsive to direct mail, magazines, right? The Wall Street Journal. They're not going to spend a lot of time on Instagram. They're not going to spend necessarily a lot of time on Facebook. You want to go where the client is. If your client is 22 to 25, then TikTok is going to be the medium that you're going to have to go after. You're going to have to produce very short form content to make sure that you are positioning yourself as an authority on solving that problem for them. So again, we'll get more into that in the process, but you need to understand exactly who your prospect is, what pain you're solving for them, where they're hanging out, and ultimately the content that you are going to produce to attract them in, if you're in the customer attraction mode.